In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a breakdown and a free best bet in tonight's NBA game between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Los Angeles Clippers. That game tips off at 10 p.m. Eastern time. As of right now, the market has Oklahoma City a 6.5 to 7-point favorite, depending on where you're looking. I think DraftKings currently has, you can get Oklahoma City minus 7.5 at plus money. But I would grab the 6.5 or 7. If you're going to take the favorite, if you like the dog, I would wait because I think if anything, this number will go up as the game gets closer to tip. But a best bet is coming later in this video. So let's take a look at the playoff implications here before we go on. So there's the final week of the regular season, and there's 6 teams in the Western Conference that have clinched a playoff spot. But tonight's game between the Clippers and Thunder, believe it or not, it does have playoff implications. Before we get to those implications, let's take a look at the Thunder, what they've been doing since the All-Star break, really what they've been doing all year. But since the All-Star break, well, first let's back up and say the Thunder came off a 123-87 win over the Lakers, a depleted Lakers squad last night. That was a blowout. They won straight up and against the spread. They covered the large number. That's the 18th win in 19 games for the Thunder. I mean, Oklahoma City has not lost. They've only lost twice since the All-Star break. Twice since the All-Star break. They've clinched the division for the 3rd straight year, and they're on the cusp of clinching its 3rd straight #1 seed in the Western Conference and the top seed in overall record in the NBA. And I think they're going to accomplish it later this week. So they're also looking for back-to-back 65-plus wins for the first time in franchise history. I think they're 2 wins away from that, and they have 2 games remaining, if I remember correctly. So I think I think there's a good chance they will arrive at that accomplishment as well. Now let's take a look at the Clippers. The Clippers, like Oklahoma City, the Clippers arrived off a 116-103 win over the Mavericks. They are currently a number 8 seed in the play-in tournament, and it looks like that's where they're going to end up. They're fending off Portland, though. I mean, Portland's only a half or 1 game behind. And those 2 teams meet later this week. I believe they'll meet on Friday, the Clippers and the Trailblazers, and that will most likely determine the seeding in the playoffs. I think they're both going to be in the play-in tournament. The question is who gets 10, who gets 8, so on and so forth. But I think the Clippers are in better shape than the Trailblazers, but that Friday game later this week is critical for both teams. Now, the Clippers are also looking to become the first team in NBA history to finish above 500 since starting 6-21. The Clippers started 6-21 this season, and now they're going to be finishing over 500 by the end of the week in the regular season. Final bell dings. So that is quite the accomplishment. That's the first time in NBA history, if they do it, that has ever happened. So let's take a look at the game. Oklahoma City laying 6.5, 7.5 at the Los Angeles Clippers. Oklahoma City has dominated the series. They're 8-2 straight up, 7-2-1 against the spread in the last 10 meetings. They're 7-0 straight up and 6-0-1 against the spread in the last 7 meetings. So the Thunder really have the Clippers number in this. You know the old adage, they say defense wins championships, right? Well, the Thunder, they're on pace to finish ranked 1st in defensive rating, points off turnovers, and net rating for the 2nd straight season. So before I go on to give you my best bet in this video, if you're enjoying this analysis, please give this video a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe. It really helps the channel. And let me know what your comments are in the comment section below. I would love to know what your best bets are tonight, who you like and who you like to fade tonight, and who's going to be getting what seed in the playoffs. I'm looking to respond to anybody who replies in the comments. So please, thumbs up, give it a like, subscribe. I really look forward to it, and I appreciate your support. Back to the game. Here is why I like the Oklahoma City Thunder minus the points. Technical trend number 1. We want to play against teams that were underdogs of 13 or more points in the previous meeting versus unrested opponents in games after the All-Star break. Now, these teams last played each other on December 18th, and the Oklahoma City Thunder won 122-101 as 16.5-point favorites. So they won and covered the spread, and the Clippers were large underdogs. Now, Oklahoma City enters off a game against the Lakers on Tuesday night, as I referenced earlier. And teams that fall into this system, like the Clippers, are 70, 107, and 2 against the spread, 39.5% since 1988. 70, 107, 2 ATS, 39.5% against the Vegas number, dating all the way back to 1988. Even worse, these teams plummet to 10, 30, and 1 against the spread, 25% since the beginning of the 2016-2017 season. Technical trend number 2. What we want to do is play on conference road favorites like the Thunder of 7 points or greater versus opponents with the same amount of rest after the All-Star break. These teams, like the Thunder, are 295, 210, and 11 against the spread. That's 58.4% since 1989. That's 295, 210 ATS, 58.4. Laying the wood with conference road favorites of 7 or more against teams with the same amount of rest post All-Star break. Technical trend number 3, another play on. We want to play on unrested teams like the Thunder. They played last night with 52 or more wins versus opponents with above average defenses. That would be the Clippers. They have an above average defense overall from a metric standpoint. These teams, unrested with 52 or more wins, they're 20 and 8 ATS, 71.4% since 2020. They've covered the spread by an average margin of 4.2 points per game over the last 5.5 years. Oklahoma City also falls into several of my favorite team trends that support them. I'm going to give you 4. If you want to pause this video or write these down, get ready, because some of these are amazing. There's one that's almost perfect. The Thunder are 123, 79 ATS, 61% versus 596 or worse opponents when they have fewer than 20 losses. The Thunder are 124, 84 against a number, 60% versus 251 or better foes if the previous meeting went under the total. The Thunder beat the Clippers in their previous meeting. It also went under the total, which makes it fall squarely within those parameters, and the Thunder fall into that team trend. 3, the Thunder are 41 and 10 ATS, 80.4% off a double-digit ATS win, which they got last night against the helpless Lakers, with totals of 227 points or less. That falls into the game. Tonight's total is 226.5. So as of this video, that team trend is active and live. My 4th and final team trend that I really like, the Thunder are 24 and 1 ATS, 96% off a double-digit win versus opponents off 2 or more consecutive ATS wins. Now, that dates back to the beginning of the 2021-2022 season. The Clippers are off back-to-back straight-up and ATS wins. The Thunder, obviously, off a double-digit win against the depleted Lakers team last night. That's 24 and 1 ATS, 96% since 2021-2022. With that in mind and the other league-wide trends I gave you and the series domination, my best bet for Wednesday, April 8th, is Oklahoma City minus the points, 6.5, 7 points over the Los Angeles Clippers. Again, if you enjoy this video, please subscribe to the channel. Give this thing a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It really helps my channel out, helps out Wager Talk TV. You can always find my best bets. I have a 4% NHL best bet going tonight in the NHL on the ice. Don't miss it. It's at wagertalk.com. Share your bets below, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, and I'll see you next time on Con's Corner.